Rishabh and Guru in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this reaches out to a lot of people. Let's go for it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have something really awesome because we got an exclusive update from Lucas Torreira's father, who has actually opened up about wanting Lucas Torreira to actually bringing him to Boca Juniors for some super stupid reasons. We have to be made believe we have been made to believe that Boca is the right option for Lucas Torreira in terms of that he's made up his mind that he would want to play with a team that will actually make him happy. And right now, that is Boca Juniors. We're going to discuss about that. We're going to discuss about Sergio Kun Aguero to Arsenal. Makes a lot of sense according to certain opinions. We're going to read out about those opinions. And one of the three Slavia Prague players might not play the first leg against Arsenal in their Europa League contest against us. Is that a big boost? I think so, but you know what we are also suffering from is that Kieran and David Luiz syndrome. But moving on, so the first news that we got here is about Lucas Torreira, because Lucas Torreira's father has opened up about the dream of Boca Juniors for Lucas Torreira to join in right now. While sealing a move to Boca Juniors is Lucas Torreira's priority this summer, but he will also consider signing for a Brazilian club, according to his father, because he's suffering a lot alone in Europe after his mother's sudden passing. Now, the midfielder, who is currently on loan at Atletico Madrid from Arsenal, declared that he wants to return home to play in South America after his mother died due to the COVID. It's sad, but it's what's more sad. I mean, wow. So Torreira, who grew up in the town of Frei Bentos in the native Uruguay, situated next to the border with Argentina and only a few hours away from the capital city Buenos Aires, where Boca are located, his father says, it's not a crazy decision because, Torreira said, it's not a crazy decision because of my mother. I have always said that I want to play for Boca. I'm dying to play for Boca. I will always say it. But Torreira's father, Ricardo, confirmed that joining Boca is their number one option right now. He spoke to Radio Continental. As per TYC Sports, he says, Lucas does not know Argentina, but he has been a Boca fan since he was a boy. Obviously, it is the first option for him, but I have already received other calls from Brazilian teams in case Boca does not happen. Lucas is suffering a lot to be alone there in Europe. We are seeing how we can accompany him this month and a half until the end of the season. When you lose a person, as happened to us so dear, you realize that life passes you by. If Lucas wants to come to Boca, let him come. We want to resolve his departure with Arsenal first and then sit down with Boca. If they believe it is convenient that Lucas is the player, they will exhaust the resources to reach an agreement. It is obvious that Boca will have to pay a transfer fee. Arsenal will want something in return. Well, how crazy. How things just change and superb. I mean, that is unreal. And also another news about that is that according to Sport Witness via Ole, Boca Juniors will communicate with Arsenal in the coming days and will advance with everything so they can have Lucas Torreira signed by June, which should initially be on loan. There's a clear desire from both Boca and Torreira for the move to happen. Now, this is pretty darn strange. Pretty darn strange. Somehow he wants to move to Boca and somehow Boca will have the money to get it done. How? Moving on. So, a big boost for Arsenal that Slavia Prague defender Ondrej Kudela will not travel to London to face Arsenal due to health problems. He was due to be questioned by police over the Kamara incident when in the UK. This was a report from Andrew McLean, but here's the reality. It looks like Slavia Prague have confirmed that Kudela will not travel to London for the Arsenal game amid the racism probe with Glenn Kamara already appealing with UEFA. So it has been official. They've already tweeted that out. Ondrej is on antibiotics, has not done with his UEFA test or passing of fitness. Unfortunately, we expect that he can't play against Arsenal. According to an examination at the Central Hospital in Prague, he has nasal congestion, high fever, and is on antibiotics. This was the earlier reasons. Now, the Scottish authorities confirmed last month that they were investigating the incident during the match, as well as a criminal complaint made by Slavia, who claimed that Kamara assaulted Kudela in the tunnel after the match. Now, speaking, the lawyers and everything from Glenn Kamara as well, we already came to know that. So, it looks like the full findings of the report are set to be discussed by the committee on the coming Thursday, although it could take them up to a week to ratify the decision, meaning the outcome could not be announced until Thursday, April 15th, when the second leg is due to take place. Kudela has already been in the UK since the incident took place to represent the Czech in the World Cup qualifier against Wales. His absence for the game at the Emirates on Thursday means Slavia now have just one fully fit centre-back as things stand, with Simon Deli and David Hovoroka both injured and Taras Kacharaba ineligible for the match. They are in deep, dire straits. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to it. Is it good news? Say that. Could say that. So Jens Lehmann has opened up about if Arteta will be at Arsenal next season or not. He says, and these are very, very strong words, he says, imagine Arsene Wenger would have ended up where they are right now. They probably would not have accepted that. But with a guy like Mikel Arteta, they do. Now what does this mean? Wow. Unreal. Unreal, man. Unreal. There's some sort of disrespect in it, but probably that is the only part of the conversation that we have. So let's not judge Jens Lehmann on the basis of that. I don't want to, because I don't want to be bitter with our club legend. Well, moving on. So Fabrizio Romano on Odegaard in his recent podcast says, we will see what happens as it's a simple loan with no option to buy. But from Arsenal's side, they will try really to keep Martin Odegaard for one more season. They will hold a meeting at the end of the season to talk about Ceballos, Odegaard. At the moment, Real Madrid are saying Odegaard is coming back. So let's see what Zinedine Zidane decides and whether he will be the manager of Real Madrid or not. That is also a big question. Will Zinedine Zidane stay at Real Madrid? Because that definitely calls for what Martin Odegaard's future holds. Is it at Arsenal or probably under a new manager at Real Madrid? Well, moving on. So according to Ebola, Arsenal continue to follow with enthusiasm Pedro Gonçalves' performances and his potential signing on the table for the next season. It looks like a new player might arise on Arsenal's repertoire, and it looks like it is none other than Pedro Gonçalves. But this also depends upon if we get Martin Odegaard or not, because if we do, the chances of actually signing Pedro Gonçalves actually are rendered moot. So we don't even talk about it anymore. Well, talking about different stuff, yes. Sergio Kun Aguero has been told that Arsenal is actually a good fit as he heads for Manchester City exit, but Clichy expects that the switch might be actually towards Spain. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he believes, there's a belief in Gael Clichy that he would want, Sergio Aguero would be a very wonderful fit at the Emirates, but let's see what happens. So former Arsenal defender Gael Clichy, who spent 6 years at City between 2011 and 2017, when quizzed about Aguero's future, spoke to Stadium Astro. He says, I could see him staying in the Premier League because he will want to climb to third or second in the all-time top goal scorers charts. He can get there for sure. Does he want that? 10 years with Manchester City is enough. I think he will move where he can enjoy it a bit more. Can he see himself at another English club? That's the question. He loves the sun. I would like to see him stay in England to get to second or third in goals, but I think he will move away from the Premier League. I think Arsenal is a good fit in terms of style of play. They play nice football and they create opportunities, but I really doubt he would go there. I'm pretty sure he will go to Spain. Now, we all know that he has plundered, he has already spent his time in La Liga with Atletico Madrid, scoring 101 goals through 234 appearances. But that's the question. Which part of Spanish club or which Spanish club will he choose? Is it going to be Barcelona, Atletico Madrid? Where? I don't think so if Atletico are wanting him again. But moving on. So it looks like there's another suitor for Patson Daka. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, AC Milan have trained their sights, or rather put their sights on RB Salzburg forward Patson Daka. Irrespective of whether Zlatan Ibrahimovic signs a new deal or not, Milan want to bolster their attacking options. They know that at one point of time they have to replace Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and they have noticed the performances of Patson Daka. He's also been eyed by Arsenal and Liverpool. A lot of other clubs are really wanting Patson Daka. And another name on that list is AC Milan. So talking about different stuff, it looks like Paulo Dybala is actually getting closer to Juve's exit. According to Calcio Mercato, it's being much more sure that he won't be offered a new contract, and more importantly, he's not even in their future plans. What? Okay, I don't know if Juve are right in actually building their future for the next 2 to 3 seasons with Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know if they can even afford that. But yeah, there is a strong possibility that Paulo Dybala might actually leave and he's actually on a very, very massive wage bill. The wages are really high. Let's see whether the next move is actually good for him or not. I don't know about that. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.